Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl, Desaya, back on the Proverbs for 18 Millennial YouTube channel. And of course, I'm not the only one you're looking at right now. Right, I know. I got my pretty friend with me. Her name is Mary. Put some resket on it. Doctor. Okay? So, doctor.
Doctor.
Okay. Doctor to be. Okay, this is one of my very, very good friends. We grew up together. It's been quite a journey with her, actually. She is on the channel today with me. Thank you so much for being here.
It's my very okay. It's my pleasure.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. So today, guys, again, if this is your first time joining us on this channel, what's up now? Where you been? All right, well, thank you and welcome. And do not forget to subscribe. Hit that button down below. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about what it's like to, one, be a PhD student. Why the heck did she even decide to do her PhD? Like, who are these guys out here trying to get PhDs and stuff? I wanted to see something different, but stuff. And also she has some different regional backgrounds that we're going to explore today. And yeah, I'm actually pretty excited to talk about, her journey and what it feels like. See, she's been a student for as long as I've known her, actually. She worked for a little bit, but I think the majority of the time span that she's been alive, she's been a student. And I'm actually curious to get into her brain. Like, aren't you tired? If you're curious with me, please stay tuned. All right, just jumping into it. I know you've had, you did your undergrad in Nigeria. Shout out. And then you got a master's from the UK.
Yeah.
And then you got a master's from California. BSc. Masters. And then a PhD. Yeah.
Shouldn't do like this.
And then a PhD. No. This is not a middle finger. But
it just appeared to be.
And then a PhD, guys. So what inspires you?
Being a very introverted person, growing up, I always found solace reading, and my dad is also loves reading, so I took after him, and I felt that's where I could have my voice. Anything outside that, I don't really know.
So that is very interesting. So you feel like because you're an introvert, you found solace in reading and you just wanted to continue to read and study, and it just led you on. Did you ever think you were going to get a PhD?
No, actually I wanted to study medicine, and while in undergrad, they always call me Dr. Carson. Carson wanted to be a neurosurgeon, and that led me to have my master's in clinical neuropsychiatry. But getting back, and I just discovered that I really wanted to do the research part, and that didn't come at once. I also still tried to get admission into medical school. It worked out, but I also discovered I don't really want to go down that line anymore, and I decided to just focus more on the clinical part or the research part that would also eventually be useful to the medical field as well.
Wow. Okay, that just sounds like my head is blowing up. But before we actually go on, I want you to give us a comprehensive background about yourself. Like, tell us what you studied in your undergrad, like all the degrees that you have on the table. Like, brag a little bit, girl.
Okay, I had my undergrad in Nigeria in biochemistry, and then, as I said before, I wanted to do medicine, and particularly anything relating to the brain. So I saw neuropsychiatry as the easy way out at least, and I then got a master's in neuropsychiatry and came back and also got a master's in biochemistry. And I went to the master's route because I told you before, I also wanted to basically focus on research, and the undergrad education in Nigeria didn't really give that option to explore the research area, and I thought going straight into a PhD degree would not do well for me at all. I actually wanted to start a PhD also in clinical neuropsychiatry, but they were also after the money, and looking down the line, I'm very grateful I did not go down that path, because honestly it may have not been very useful to me, because at the end of the day you may still need a medical degree to practice as a psychiatrist.
Interesting.
And I knew I wasn't going down that line anymore, so I decided to go back to biochem and presently doing my PhD in biochemistry as well.
Interesting, guys. Wow, everything she said. That is very interesting. But thanks for sharing that with us. So let's kind of talk a little bit. The technical part sounds really phenomenal, but nothing that I can relate to. But so you've lived in Nigeria, you've lived in the UK for a good amount of time. You've also lived in the US for quite a while. How has your money journey? How has it evolved? In Nigeria, in the UK, is anything different? Like, is there any kind of regional barriers, limitations that we should be aware of, challenges maybe, or even like advantages? Like, talk to us about what your money journey has been in those 3 different, regions.
In Nigeria, I was 100% dependent on my parents, and that's the beauty of what we have at home. Our parents can even abhor you at home until you decide to say, okay, I'm leaving. So it wasn't really a problem for me. Any money I had, it was to save or just do something for myself. Then going to the UK, I was also very dependent on my parents as well. And coming back, I knew that now I already have at least 2 degrees for me to be able to be independent. So I really stopped asking them for money. But so I started this search for jobs and couldn't get a job and got my master's. Came to California. It's all different in California. It's very expensive. Converting the naira to dollar is also very expensive. So for the first semester, I was dependent on my dad as well. And the second semester, I had to get a job as a teaching assistant. And I've been doing that ever since. And the fact that I have to work for the money, it's I can't now.
You mean you don't want someone to just give it to you?
It would have been nice. I have to work for it, and the fact that you work for it and you don't get paid according to how you work, so you get, let's say you get paid for 20 hours per week, you actually work 40 hours per weekend. I remember those times I'm always very angry doing the work because it's not commensurate to what I was getting. So I became very more
prudent.
Yes, I started giving my finances more attention. Mm-hmm. Before I could go to when my dad was sponsoring, I could go eat every day outside. I really did not care. I knew that something was coming.
I mean, all I'm hearing is daddy's money versus my money. I think that's gonna be the title of this. Daddy's money versus my money. So okay, so when you were living on daddy's cash, you were balling out of proportion.
Yes.
Tell us what you would do when you were living on daddy's cash.
I could go and buy a very small piece of salad for $8. I did not care. And then I could say I want a $5 drink, and I could get it again in the evening. It's not my money. I was just spending it.
And when it was depleted,
if I don't have more, I just call him and he gives me more. But then I started working, and I'd already told them, hey, I'm a big girl. Don't send me money again.
Hey, is your dad recruiting for kids? I'm not a big girl, guys. I'm not a big girl.
But anyways, it didn't go that way. I just said, now I'm working. I don't think it's wise enough, or I think it would be greedy of me to say, you still need to be sending me. If I'd complained, I think he would still have sent something, but I just decided that it's enough. He's done his best. And so I started working. Now it became so hard to spend $5. $5, it was, I should know where this money is going to. I wasn't as frugal. No. But
when you were on daddy's money, you weren't as frugal as you are now.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not that when I was on dad's money, I wasn't also very, very extravagant, but it wasn't this way. Now they knew me as a very stingy, not stingy girl to people, but to myself.
To yourself, okay.
I could wear a shoe until the life is out before I drop it. I can't spend $30 on shoes. It's not possible. But anyways, the point is just that putting in the effort to earn money made me more responsible on how I spent my money.
No, thanks for sharing that. I know that's a little bit vulnerable for you, but even talking about, being on daddy's money, a lot of people would not even admit that, they're getting funded by their parents and they're out here balling. And, I'm not hating, but like, if your father has a little bit more cash and is recruiting, put the comment down below. Okay, thanks for sharing that with us, actually. So, I think I wanted to just really figure out, like, the money that you got or like you started getting from being a TA, was that enough for your upkeep? And how did you manage it? How did you survive?
Actually, any money you earn, it would be enough for you. Just depends on how you budget it. For me, I love
Wow, I like that.
I love living within my means. I wouldn't be going out with friends and they may have other jobs and they are ordering stuff of $100. I don't have the money. I'm not shy to say I don't have the money to buy that. So I was also very content with what I have. So I wouldn't go for an apartment because I knew I couldn't afford it. So I would go for one room and
like a room in a house.
A room in a house. I lived that in California all the time. 3 years I stayed in California. It was a room in a house, and that gave me the ability to save as well because I was living within my means. I knew, okay, this is how much I need to spend on food. I go to dollar store to buy food stuff, and the dollar store in California is really, really good because we have a lot of Mexicans, and it's because it's close to the border as well. They bring in food and it's very cheap. So I and my friend would go dollar shopping and buy stuff for $1, $2, and maybe $40. My fridge is very full, so I live within my means.
I actually like what you said about, any money you earn would be sufficient for you. Meaning that if you actually live within your means, whatever you're earning is that's what you have, right? And I actually also think for that wisdom about, you don't have to get an apartment. If you really can't afford an apartment, do not get an apartment. Get a room in a house. Dollar store. That seems to be the magic. I need to get on that joint, So no, those are really wise words. So guys, this has been fun. I mean, I want some daddy money. It looks like her dad is giving some. I mean, if your dad is giving some money, hey, sign me up. We're gonna sign out here. Thank you so much for joining us. We're gonna do a continuation of this episode because I kind of wanna dive deeper into some of the things that she's done. How she's accomplished some of the things that she has. She's gotten a couple different type of money from research and stuff like that. So it'd be good to just dive in. And all the PhD students out here, jump in here. And until next time, do not forget to subscribe. Follow us on social media. Links will be down below. And we'll see you soon. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.